Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza Like a Dragon. I'm the Mysterious JG, and oh, I forgot, I actually should have just loaded off screen, but this is the exit. It just takes us up to the surface. You can see it's a fairly involved floor for one of the dungeons in this game, but since there's only 2 floors total, this doesn't feel like a particularly big dungeon. And indeed, it kind of isn't. But yeah, I should have loaded before before we started the video. But apparently, I don't value your time. I don't know. I just didn't mean it, but yeah, it's kind of what happened. So we'll load. To the pinnacle. And you'll see, even if you're just looking at the save state, you'll see that Kasuga's level 99. Like, this is the point where we've... Oh, shoot. I didn't realize I was still in the dungeon, but it kind of doesn't matter. So, this is who I was loading with off-screen, fighting with off-screen. Now I've got Eri as an idol. But because Eri and Psycho both have backup skills that can kill one of the invested vagabonds if something goes wrong and see, where do you see their... It's so hard to find someplace where you actually get to see their names. Because I keep getting his name wrong in particular. Jungi. It's like I said, there's somebody I knew whose name was really close to that, and I keep thinking, no, it's not Jungi. I'm thinking of this guy I knew back in grad school, but in fact it's not. So everybody is now actually at level 99, I think. Maybe Tian Zhao isn't yet. Yeah, he's only level 98. And Nanba's level 98. Everybody's pretty much at 99, because what you're going down there and doing is getting more skills for your job. So it doesn't matter, but you know, it's grinding and listening to Mystery Science Theater and trying to get ready for the final ultimate dungeon. But Ichiban has mastered the hero class and is working on Freelancer, because those are his 2 classes that are just for him. Eri has mastered the Matriarch class, and I have her working on Idol. Jungi has mastered his base class Hitman, is working on Breaker, because that gives attack and agility, and it fits him. Only one, I didn't want like everybody to be a bodyguard, but bodyguard and Breaker both give attack. So that's what Tian Yu Zhao is doing that now that he has already mastered his default gangster class. Nanba's mastered the homeless guy class and is working as a hosto with the Mosto, because it's either that or fortune teller, basically giving the same level up rewards. Adachi has mastered, he's the only one who hasn't mastered his base class. He mastered Enforcer, and then I brought him back to his base class. Psycho mastered, or mistress, I guess, the Night Queen class, and is now working on Matriarch. And after she does that, I might have her as an idol when we go through the final dungeon, because she's like the heal bot, as people say at that point. But it also might be nice to just keep her as a Matriarch, so she's dealing damage, and let Nanba do the healing. I haven't quite decided who our final party is going to be. But at this point, we can get our regular old party that we use to advance the story. And go advance the story by going to Earth Angel. The other thing we could do is just walk around town, getting dialogues. I think I accidentally clicked don't leave. Yeah, the default was not to leave, so. But that basically is it. The brother of light and the brother of dark. Hi, I'm the brother of dark. My brother's name's Dark. He's actually a nice guy. But as I mentioned, I'm the brother of dark. It sounds like I'm not giving myself credit introducing myself as a brother of someone else. I guess I got a complex like Liquid Snake. He always calls himself Liquid, and calls his brother Snake, even though his whole deal is that he wants to be the true heir to Big Boss. That poor guy. Anyway, thanks you for listening to me, the brother of Dark, talk about Liquid Snake and his problems. Um, tell you what I will do. I will have him equip the thing that stops rando enemies from appearing. And we're just going to walk around for a few minutes just looking for dialogues, because those are fun. Oh, by the way, I guess I should show this off. I did get the only item in the game that allows Ichiban to get more job experience, because it's Ichiban exclusive item, and it lets him gain more experience no matter what job he's in. So it's the only thing you can use to help him get his base jobs going. And that was from a treasure box found in this town, and I don't remember exactly where. But I looked up its locations. One of the things I did, one of the reasons I was like, okay, well I'll beat this. It's really just the one boss fight that I had, you know, everything after we fought Kazuma, or Kiryu, I mean. I kind of went through real quick, not paying too much attention to the dialogue without you guys, so that I could get here and grab that item and do some grinding. So if I recognize the place where I got it from, I'll go in and show you where I got it from. But I kind of forget. It's a pretty involved bit of, like, you've got to go into an area that it's not obvious you can go in. But at this point, I'm really just walking around looking for secret cool shit and party chats. Feels like there should be a persimmon tree attached to someone's fate. Oh no! Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Ushio. I wonder how he's doing.
Ushio.
My senpai from middle school. After he graduated, he started selling bootleg VHS porn.
Senpai.
Then he started stalking Yakuza.
Oh man, I think in another game this might lead to a secret zone. I didn't mean to cut that off. Maybe we can re-trigger it. I guess I should have realized picking that up was gonna...
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ushio. I wonder how he's doing. Oh, my senpai.
Ushio?
After he graduated, he started selling bootleg VHS porn. Then he started stalking Yakuza to get pics for some tabloid rag.
Yeah, sounds like a real winner. I assume you two are clones?
Birds of a feather, most likely.
Hey, I'm nothing like you.
Besides, you guys hang out with me now, so what the hell does that say about you? Ushio. Just walking around places where I'm not welcome. Looking for secrets. It's Popovich. Is there anything interesting here? Is there anything that we don't already have some of? There's something here that we've never come across before. I'm still charmed by the side quest about the dominatrix who was being picked on at work by meaner dominatrices perhaps. But we also found out she had a part-time job at Papo, I guess probably full-time job at Papo, part-time job as a dominatrix, and eventually she met Mr. Masochist and they found true happiness together. This could be the most boring video ever. Apologies in advance. I'm just wandering around looking for conversations that we could trigger. And Tojo Clan Crest. I never did figure out where you're supposed to trade these in. That might be why that quest is unfinished about the black market trader back in... No, I never ended up... Like, I'd have to literally get a guide if I wanted to see all the food conversations. I only came across one by accident. And I think it was when... I don't even remember if it was while I was recording. We found out that Adachi likes spicy food. Huzzah. Charm gas ball. Goof gas, eh? It's a big city, and there's a lot of conversations we could miss if we don't explore every inch of it.
Should I open it? Got it.
War God Talisman. What could that be? MP continues to recover a set amount during battle. That would actually be really nice for Psycho, who's unless I make her a idol. If she goes with Dominatrix or Matriarch for our dungeon crawl at the end, she's got a lot of really good offense, but no ability whatsoever to restore her MP other than through items. So that could potentially make her a lot more useful. It really did feel like someplace we were going to be able to go inside. Oh. I'm like a bird getting confused by glass. Yeah, I see it. Okay. I'm really not getting a whole lot of dialogues. I felt like there was a bunch that I kept running past before. Because I also, it's embarrassing to admit, but I ran around in the city just fighting generics so that I could get, this was before, just because I wanted to get the part-time hero, and now I'm realizing the rewards for individual part-time heroes are usually a personality boost, which doesn't mean anything anymore, so it's just down to completionism. Oh, it reminds me, at some point we got Kiryu as a summon. At some point we got to use him, because I think that will be the last summon we haven't used, and that'll be another part-time hero. He's got stars in his eyes bonus. Look at it this way, if we were fighting enemies periodically, it would take even longer to make any progress at this quest. Oh, I thought there was a whole thing up there I could explore. I didn't realize there was a little rope at shin height preventing you from going up. I mean, that's fair. They need a way to be able to not have to make content for every inch of a place that looks like a city. You have the old school, like, NES JRPG thing where a city has, like, 3 buildings. Or you can have things that look like, or you can have a real-looking city, but there's lots and lots of areas that you don't get to interact with. Tungsten. Hey, buddy, there's tungsten leaking out of your car.
Am I the only one who thinks hosts nowadays look more like idols? I guess times are changing.
You seem to forget your version of Kamurocho is stuck 18 years in the past.
Loser.
Back in my day, all the hosts had black suits, spiky hair, and bad attitudes.
Whereas nowadays, they're a little more soft and casual.
To be honest, I thought those pictures on the storefront were girls.
How far away were you standing?
Well, guess it's official. Welcome to the old Geezers Club, Kasuga.
Psycho will be welcoming you and Ari to the I had sex with an old geezer club once we can get it to advance to date, like a point where we're allowed to communicate properly at the bar. So all I'm supposed to do is talk to them at the bar, but they're stuck on plot dialogue. I can't trigger a sex talk. Oh, cold.
Should I open it?
Yes, you should.
Sweet.
Curse substitute. That's the thing that makes you immune from death, and so far I haven't come across a lot of enemies that do death attacks. Those mummy / hospital patients wrapped in lots of bandages guys do an instant death attack, and there's enough ways to recover downed party members in this game that you really need it for Kasuga. Who is currently the only one I have equipped with one, so getting more of those isn't of particular concern to me. Anyway, these Tojo clan crests, I'm sure they'll be super valuable whenever we turn them in. Which is starting to look like it's going to happen post-game, unless I make a trip back to Eugene Show just to try and romance Psycho and Aerie. But the main... yeah, I'm running around here hoping we can unlock dialogue, and it's occasionally happening, but not with a whole lot of regularity. I keep... Why do I... Oh, I've got... I didn't realize I've gotten all the way to this end of the city. At least I'm making some progress towards fully exploring this place. Must get Tojo Clan Crest. I don't care if it involves an electrical explosion in my face. Go to bed, old man. Okay, not selling anything that we'd never come across. There was something we only had like 2 of. And it's just a generic HP recovery item. Yeah, unfortunately, the little time I spent in Japan, because I was with a tour group, had Bobo come over, and we were in a tour group together. This was something I did while I was during an R&R during my tour in Afghanistan. And I had like a couple of days there before the tour group arrived by myself. Like, my overall takeaway from the cities in Japan, and I guess it's the same, because I've been to New York, and it's much the same. I don't know why I'm expecting different, but there was a sense of just like coldness, people not wanting to look at you, but I guess you get that in a lot of cities. Had specific incidents where I was like trying to ask a police officer for directions and he literally just wouldn't look at me, where I felt like, okay, that's like, there's like a racist element there. You're just like, you know, you can see somebody who's clearly not ethnically Japanese and you're just going to pretend that they don't exist because you don't want to deal with them. But, yeah, I was about to go into the side thing about how it felt like cold, like people just didn't even want to acknowledge you, and I guess it was because I was non-Asian, and then I realized, no, you're just going walking around randomly in any city, like, people aren't just walking up to you and being like, hey, friend, hello. Just kind of not how cities are. This may have been the building where, no. Tojo Clan Crest received. Now, depending on how thorough I am, we could completely miss dialogues just because...
What happened to this poor building?
The hell, man?
Gives me the creeps.
I hear the locals call it the Haunted Mansion.
I can see why. I bet it's got ghosts in every room.
This was the
Ghosties.
soap lane I grew up on.
Awkward.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is actually pretty fucking awkward. Hey, I wonder if your mom's ghost in there, Kasuga. What do you think? Oh, I gotta be careful. I don't want to go in there. That will advance the story. It's not gonna be the end of the world. I don't think it will get sucked into the final boss battles. We've been told to go to this place because it's like a hangout for us to use while we're in the city. Trying to use it over there breaking shit, because that wasn't me. It's the business where you just look at these screens. Like, I don't understand what's happening in here. I mean, there's some... what it is I don't see that there's a door. Like, where you stand out here in a lobby area and you make your selection of Doko, and, whatever. And then you go into a room and you do something with Doko. Like, that didn't seem to be... The missing piece there was a door to an area inside where something might be happening. Girls Entertainment Bar, Coriolis. Oh, for some reason I thought that last sentence was English and I was having a hard time reading it. It's like, oh, it's not in English. It's just using Romanji. That is not the same as being in English. Okay. What is that? Royal Dust, Darts and Bar. As far as like character building chats, the passing by the soapland where Casca grew up and everyone kind of making fun of it before they knew that's what it was, it's probably about as important for people's character as we're going to get out of these chats. But I figured we could at least just spend the rest of it, like now we're 20 minutes in. This is just going to be the video where we go around looking for party chats. And you guys, just, you get that it's not meant to be the most exciting video in the history of everything ever. Now this is a very fancy store where I spent a lot of money just buying occasional really expensive pieces of equipment that you need in order to produce the best possible piece of equipment. For example, I believe I needed to buy, like, you can find them, I just never came across the absolute shield, and I needed to buy one of those to make the shield that Adachi was using. Of course, now he's out of that class. Barehanded hardly matters. So yeah, like if I'm going to use this as his class in endgame, I'll either level him up in this job to get more stats, and then switch back to that thing, or I don't know, because now he's got the best weapon possible for a different job from the one he has. And yeah, same deal here. Like that's not the best possible weapon. I've got the best green dragon, although you can level it up to be green dragon crescent blade EX +1 +2 +3, I believe. And same thing, celestial microphone EX is probably the best microphone, but you can level it up +1 +2 +3. But beat anklet and silhouette katana, I don't think I've got the best weapon for every job class, and it's really expensive to do that, and I wasn't necessarily going to enjoy the process of going through and getting even more money to do that, because that's just playing the business game. It's not, it doesn't feel like you're spending time with the game. It feels like you're spending time with this little sub-game that's not as much fun. Like, if you like the characters, sometimes you will look for an excuse to keep playing the main game engine and grinding for levels and grinding for money and grinding for job experience. But that's really not what you're doing if you just go in, oh, I need to go through management mode like 50 times to get the money. It's like, it's not the same. I guess if Aerie's your favorite character, you see a bit of her. Otherwise, it's like, if you miss Nanba and Psycho and Adachi, you're not getting them. Here's a guy that we could have join our company that we don't really care about anymore. I'm so tired of my boss bullying me. Surely there's some place out there where the boss isn't a total jerk. Nanba's just like, hey, lady. Hey, would you like to maybe work at my company? My employees are all good people. I've never heard about any bullying or harassment or anything. Of course, I never check. Really? You do seem really nice. All right, sure, I'll try out your company. My name's Chan. A pleasure. And he's got a good... He's gold. That's... They broadly are in categories of brown, which I guess is bronze, now that I think about it. Silver, gold, and then there's like shiny purpley background, special weirdness. And then Aerie is in a different class that she seems to be the only one in, which is this kind of shiny reddish background. But like at this point, silver is absolutely not going to be useful to me, and gold is like, yeah, there might be something where you're better than the person I have there, but the people I'm currently using in that game are all like fully trained and have been promoted to get the highest possible skills, and like they've kind of been like optimized, I guess. I think this is the pawn shop. If you'd like to deal with a high-end pawn shop. So not a whole lot going on. Yeah, I really thought we were going to be coming across more dialogues than we are. It's another zone where you come in and I guess you pick who you want to have sexy times with, but I don't see where you go to have sexy times. Like, I don't see a door. I mean, I'm not telling you I've been to a lot of places where you pay for sexy time. I would assume they have access control stuff, like you can't just come in off the street and get to where the ladies might be at. But at the same time, I didn't see any way for you to get to where the ladies are at all. Whether it's a door with a camera or anything, it just appears like, come into this room and think about who you'd like to have sex with, and that's the service we provide. A place where you can think about how you would like to have sex. Exterminate.
Oh. It's just a rat.
Yeah, all the restaurants in the area draw him out. I'm sure they're all over Komijul too, right?
No.
Not a chance. Despite appearances, I guarantee you won't find a single rat or cockroach on the premises. Song Hui can't stand them.
Huh? I could have sworn I saw more than a few roaches back in Komijul.
Did you? Why haven't you said anything?
You
This
lying
needs
son
to
of
be
a bitch.
handled with urgency and discretion. If Song Hui sees one, Yokohama will drown in a sea of flames.
Back it up. Song Hui would level the city over a roach?
Back that ass up. This might be some kind of super soda place here. This vending machine, the people who installed it decided they wanted it to be like virtually impossible for anyone to notice it. Because that's how vending machines really make money, when no one knows they're there. You're supposed to be able to get into this place. Oh, over here maybe? Ah, okay. This is the place we're supposed to be able to come into. It's actually pretty classy looking. And decidedly empty. I wonder if I've finally gotten into the, well, it takes us to a back alley. Yeah, okay, so somewhere, there's like this big kind of vaguely hidden complex back here. You have all these places. Once you find any entrance to it from off the street, I think Sexy Club you're supposed to be able to get into, and actually, because this is like an actual sex. I don't know if it's supposed to be a sex club or if it's just supposed to be a hostess bar, which is a thing we haven't done yet in the game. But yeah, you can take your male friends out to a hostess bar. Sachan doesn't seem to mind. It's just like, yeah, like, I think she used to work at one, not as a hostess, but as the mama, or is that different? But so I believe it was in this room, but it was part of this larger complex of like kind of hidden stuff. There was a safe, which had the dragonfish tengui in it. So if we, come across anywhere in this whole overall zone, we come across a dragonfish tank or an empty silver safe, then I'd be willing to say that there's probably more than one silver safe in here. But yeah, it's kind of like we had a similar thing in Sotenbori. There was a big, like a whole set of this building that it wasn't obvious from the street or the map that you could get into it, but once you did, there were quite a few little zones you could get into. Oh, this is like a whole... Oh, this is going to be cards of some kind. Hey there, got any questions? Oh, Mahjong. Yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. There's a ton of side stuff you could do in this game. I've already done quite a bit of it just to try to get all the rewards. Basically, like, I really wanted to be able to get, like, the ultimate weapons from stuff for different categories or jobs. But, yeah, let me know, like, do you want me to play Mahjong? Like, Lethal always plays in his playthroughs, and it's not like, oh, I'm going to do what Lethal does. But yeah, I mean, I've seen his playthroughs of the different games. He plays most of the side games, but I don't know that he makes himself do all of them. I think Mahjong is one of the ones he just doesn't really get a lot of enjoyment out of. We really... I probably have missed some dialogues here. But we've kind of explored the whole city at this point. So what I'm going to do is just a real quick sweep. I'm glad we found that building too, because it was bothering me to know there's that huge building that you could go around and explore at your leisure that had the... Because I knew at some point, my voice will change. I knew that at some point I had come across... the Dragonfish Tenguis somewhere. Hey, Jungle Boy. Wonder if Luchasaurus, Christian Cage, and I can't remember his name. He's the little short guy. He's part of that like Jurassic Express stable, but like Jim Cornette always calls him Dwarf Dong Sucker, which is not his name, but now that's all I can think of. Something stunt. Milo stunt? Milo stunt? This seems like a place that might have a dialogue, and we haven't been in here yet. It's got an employee anyway, potentially. Guess I need some charisma if I want to rake in more views. Now, let me see. What can I do to be more charismatic? Recruit. You're lost on what to do. Why not try working on my company? You do seem to have an aura about you. You know what? I'm not feeling good about this. My name is Satsui, and I create web videos for a living. He is... Yeah, he's somebody that if I could be bothered to reorganize my stuff, that, like, glowing background of, like, purplish blue, that's, like, elite. Aerie seems to be unique. That would be, like, the super elite category of worker. And I kind of wonder, like, well, why doesn't Aerie work for us in that game from the beginning? Because she's really good. But no, she's not actually someone you can use in any of the businesses. Apparently, I guess because she's supposed to be running the office, but she doesn't stop running the office once you do win the game top level and can start using her. Oh, well. It's like we go into this secret zone and we just find a vending machine. It doesn't seem to be anything else we can... Oh, there's... You Unleashed. That's probably a personality boosting thing, and we can't do anything with them now. Improves your charisma. Yeah, that's no longer of any use to us. Pie Girl 2. So we have the maximum possible charisma. But yeah, if we missed anything, it wasn't for lack of trying. We really do seem to have part of this, of course, is that if I'm running around back, well, here we go. My hot dog, and then okay, that's a hot dog, fair enough. But then New York style hot dog, and there's a hamburger. There's another New York style hot dog with a, I guess that could be a hot dog. It's got so much ketchup on it, it's hard to say. But I kept seeing this sign, my New York style hot dog, and then a hamburger, and I was like, no, you're messing with my mind. Get out of my mind, Liquid. Anyways, there we are, folks. This is, hey, fancy zone, an elevator. Oh, you know what? I think this is where the game actually... I think this is the actual dungeon for the end of the game, but we haven't actually set up what you need to do in the story to get it activated properly. So while we're up here, let's...
Should I open it?
Check it out. We had 2 videos in a row that went long now. Sacrifice Stone. We have a lovely blonde lady who may actually be meant to be Caucasian we can chat with. Hey, I was really shiny today. I wonder if there's any other way I can use my influencer skills. Why don't you come work at my company? Huh? Hold on a sec. Are you a model or something? You're really glowing. You also have the super passion look at your eye. Yeah, she probably is. personality trait things. Ever heard of famous Machasoko on social media? That's me. It's nice to meet you. So she's an Asian woman with who's dyed her hair yellow. I mean, I'm not disparaging her, but it's not a hair color that Asian people just have. I told a girl that I knew that once, like, I wasn't like sniffing for, you know, trying to like butter her up or anything, but like, there wasn't an Asian girl I knew who dyed her hair blonde, and I told her it's interesting because, oh, hold on, I didn't even check which on the menu where we're going, and I told her it's interesting because if you see, normally if you see a girl, you know, if a Caucasian girl dyes her hair, that's one thing because it could be her natural hair color, but if a non-Caucasian girl dyes her hair blonde specifically, like, to me it was like, I told her, like, the message to me is like a white girl dyes her hair blonde, the message is potentially I'm trying to get you to think I'm blonde. If a non-Caucasian girl dyes her hair blonde, she's like, I don't expect anybody to be fooled into thinking I'm a natural blonde. I'm telling the world, fuck you, I've decided I want to be blonde, and it's my hair. And she was like, I'd never put anywhere near that much thought into it. Anyway, alright, so we're wasting time here. We are going to call it a video, and when we come back next time, it's, if I have my count correct, it'll be the last video of the weekend, but let's do a little bit more story. And then call it a weekend's worth of videos for those watching as they go up. I'm the Mysterious JG. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll catch you next time for more of Yakuza. Bye-bye.